AM 970 WSTX.
But right now, I want to switch gears, and I want to turn to my good friend Virginia Wilder. Ay, Doug, get it right. This is not Romancing the Stone. This is not Jewel of the Nile. Get it right, Doug.
There's a whole listening audience that don't know what you're talking about.
You know? But there are those that do. You know? But anyhow, clean sweep Fredriksted. Y'all had it going on down there in the West the other day, and I need an after-action report. Let the public know, those who were there and those who weren't there, what they were missing out on.
Okay, so on Clean Sweep Day, October 24th this year, we had our townwide cleanup. It's our second one, and had about 125 volunteers show up, maybe slightly higher than that because not everybody registered. And I would say about 80% of them were young people.
Fantastic.
It's super fantastic. Yeah, right. It was a beautiful experience. Some Central High School kids, Central High School Honor Society. There were some little bitty kids, I swear to goodness, they were like 5 years old, several of them, pulling rigs that are twice their size, so involved in it. The esteemed Robert Moorhead was my team captain on New Street. I put him to work. He will tell you I put him to work. I said, oh, you're going to be a captain of New Street, which is where the cemetery is. Excuse me. And so they totally cleared out the gutters on New Street along the cemetery stretch. There's still more work to do on, but it took, I think, maybe 20 people the good part of the morning to clear that out, get the branches and the leaves and everything, and it really looks pretty super. It looks fantastic.
Great.
So we focused, on King Street. We had particular areas that we were focusing on. So from 7 to 11, we had people all over Fredriksted just really doing a fantastic job of, helping to transform the community. I want to bridge a couple of what the caller is saying to what we are doing in Clean Sweep. Like you said, we've had some tragedies lately. And, we've become disconnected from our community, disconnected from young people. Everybody's just minding their business and going about their business and not being involved in the community unless, of course, it's a parade or something like that. We go to events where we don't talk to one another. We don't touch each other. You know what I mean? We don't really take the time to get to know each other. And I sort of feel like one of the things I observed, and I always observe when people go to these cleanups, is they talk. They're working together, they're connecting, they're laughing, they're having fun, young and old, black and white, you name it. And that's how you build community. By coming together. You spend 3 or 4 hours with somebody you don't even know. And you share stories, you jokes, you find out things about, from somebody about, like I always find out stuff from Mr. Moorhead, or yourself, about, oh, this used to be here and what it was called. And you just see those, like that interaction builds community, builds pride. One of the students we had, she said she had already achieved her community service hours, but she was going to come back because she had such a good time that morning. And that's significant. Somebody saying, I had a good time cleaning up the streets. It was so much fun. I'm so proud of that I'm contributing to helping my community, and others heard what she said. And I just want to say, you don't think that has a profound, lasting influence on the people around her? Because I'm still talking about it 2 weeks later, And so I just want to appeal to everyone. Get involved in the community. It doesn't even have to be cleaning up St. Croix. That's the thing I chose to do, But just do something,
Well, to me, what you're saying is that community isn't just because you all live in the same vicinity.
Exactly.
it's about the interaction that builds bonds in the process. Okay?
Yes.
And there those children who, when you talk about, well, we're going to have a cleanup, and there are those who say boring,
But it's
right?
not.
But it's not.
It's not.
And the thing is, you got to get them out there for them to realize that it's not.
It's not.
And then you have those who come out and discover that it's not. And they become like ambassadors, because next time you know they come in and they bring in friends with them.
We had a group of kids. They were between 5 and 11. They were a family. They came with a church group, and I'm telling you, those little kids worked hard. From the time they arrived to coming back to get their certificates. And when they came to the table, they said thank you. They were thanking me for giving them the opportunity to do hard work. Can you believe that? Right? So I was just like, thank me, little person. Thank you for coming out. Just how awesome is that? They were happy. They were having fun. I neglected to give one of the littler ones his certificate. They came back and said he didn't get his certificate because they wanted that certificate. They were just so proud of what they had accomplished. And, and I'm just like thinking, yes, that's what we want. You have a generation now that have been connected, that had a happy experience of doing good, in the community. They built a bond, and so I just, I want to. Last weekend we had a Halloween spectacular in Fredriksted, where we did a bunch of activities for kids.
And when you say we, it's really we. Because
yeah.
I was looking at that and I said, wow. When I look at who the folks are, and I see you got the list there on your website, I believe, of all the not all the people, those people you remember their names.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of individuals involved. Practically all the businesses in Fredriksted participated. AZ Academy even let us use some of their Halloween decorations for this haunted house that we
community at work.
It was a true community collaborative effort. Bully Peterson told some Jumbie stories at the museum.
I could just see that now. I could just see that now.
And it was so popular, right? He told 2 stories, and I wasn't, able to participate in that because I was doing something else. But it was so popular. They wanted him to tell a 3rd story, but he was like,
exactly.
That's enough for tonight. It was just that good. So the delegates' office participated too as well. They were there handing out candy and whatnot. And they said, we ran out. They had 200 bags of candy, that they had put together, and they ran out. And some other business said we ran out too. So they started from Turtles, which is near the fish market, down to, to the trick-or-treat trail, down to the bandstand, come back up King Street. So we had a hayride, we had some carnival games, we had the haunted house, we had the Jumbie stories, and then we had down Coconuts, a costume contest, and a movie that they were showing, Frank and Weenie. So we had, I would guesstimate, about 400 little people and their families on the street just having a good time,
Fantastic.
And the community did that for them. All these businesses came together and offered their services for free. And then what materials that we needed, the community again donated that. People stepped forward and donated money to get the hay. They donated money so we could create the posters to advertise, that event, and gave some young people some super memories because it was a lot of fun. I want to also give a big shout out to VIPD, who, what I say, they had a presence, but it was low profile, so they were around, not disrupting anything, but it was just, enough to make you feel safe. We had no incidents, no disruptions. It was just a beautiful night.
That's why I call it Fredriksted Fall Festival.
It was fantastic.
That's what we need to name it, the Fredriksted Fall Festival.
So it was
pumpkin, barbecue apples,
next,
yes.
It was so much fun. It was so nice, right? I had people saying next year is going to be even bigger and better, and I'm like, we are, the night ain't even over, but they're like next year, and that's what you want to have to happen.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. Okay. Well, I missed a great party. I couldn't be there. I were under the control of my chair. They had their own party they had to go to, and they just co-opted me as transportation, so I couldn't be there for
There
that.
was a lot going on that night.
Yeah, there was a whole lot.
lot.
And again, I want to stress it's so fantastic to be in a situation where you're conflicted. I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to go there.
At least
It's
everybody
nice.
had something to do.
You had options.
Yeah.
So
No.
we knew that there would be kids in Frederiksted that wouldn't be able to go, to other places, and we were like, well, we'll create something for them here. And
Okay.
it was fantastic.
You know what the idea would be for next year? That as you coming into Frederiksted, that they create an arch. For next year, Halloween would be coming up as the fall festival, so it'd be throughout the whole month of October. And they create an arch of flowers going across. So you have to drive through that arch.
That
And
requires funding.
And I understand on volunteerism too. To get the community out there.
Yeah.
All right, we have a caller. Okay, good day, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome
a
to
pleasant good
Reflection.
morning.
Good morning.
How is everybody?
Oh my
Great,
Lord.
fantastic, outstanding, clean, excellent.
Toasty.
We talked him up.
I know. I guess the food god is
We
giving
conjured
now.
you up, and here you are.
Yes. Listen, I just wanted to share with regard to the statement that you made with the young people. It was a very great pleasure for me to be working with them, Bobby and I both up at the cemetery. There was at least 4 or 5 of them from the high school that we were harassing. But it was nice to interact with them, to hear how they see things and how they're upset, about how our community looks. And it was very refreshing also to hear their viewpoints as far as how our community is developing. And the fact that they believe that it's not somebody from outside that is dirtying up our place, but it's us, and shame on us, which again was refreshing. The one individual that you were speaking about, the local young lady doing well in school, this, that, and the other, and she doesn't actually have to be there. She had enough that she didn't have to be there. But again, the interaction, the storytellings and whatnot, everybody was into it. So it was more than just, and please don't tell anybody it wasn't hard work. It was hard work.
It was hard work.
The company made it, acceptable, and it seemed like it was, easy. But there was everything from dirt, branches, and there wasn't a significant amount of garbage, 2 bags maybe. But as far as debris, over 200 bags worth of foolishness. The garbage truck came, the regular truck came on several occasions, to assist. But again, kudos goes out to the young people, as you have expressed. It was nice, and it's even nicer to hear now that, okay, they're willing to come back based on the interaction that they had with their elders. So that philosophy that, the young people and the old people, there's some communication or generation gap, is a lot of caca. Our young people are very eager, and they want to contribute. The problem is we're not giving them anything to contribute to.
And they're looking for guidance. I
take off my hats to Ms. Clairmont and all the organizations that are doing anything to further, St. Croix, the Virgin Islands as a whole, and the people that live there.
Oh, right.
Volunteerism and building community, because they want that. They do want that. They ask, for it. And so thank you for being there and for, giving them a good memory, because that was just, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day.
Yes, it was. Of course, we're going to talk about the food part, but on that note,
I thought we had get away.
I know, right?
Thanks for letting me share.
All right.
You gone? Okay. All right, we have another caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning again, folks. What is the name of the program that the lady is saying that she's endeavoring to start, or has she started?
No, we talking Clean Sweep Frederiksted?
Yeah.
Oh,
Clean what?
Clean Sweep
Fredriksted.
Frederiksted, a year plus old, 2 years old. How talk
1 year. It's a year old. We started this initiative 1 year ago. On
Uh-huh.
October 24th is when we launched with, a cleanup, a town-wide cleanup in Fredriksted. We've
Okay,
continued.
ma'am, just give me a little patience. I'm a senior. I'm a new senior, so I have a little kind of little lapse in things, right? First of all, let me say something, and then I'm coming back to you with the cleaning part because I'm telling my experience of cleaning Christiansted. I want to say when I called earlier and expressed sympathies for Senator Hansen, I would all due respect, I have to include the father of the child, Mr. Hansen. Because he wasn't a father missing in action, he was a father all the time, even up to now. So I am Mr. Hansen, and so I didn't remember, but somehow it slipped me. I wanted to say, I think I said every relative, all relatives that have to mourn for this young man, friends and acquaintances and people who know him, as well as everybody else who lose children. It's time for this to stop. It's genocide, it's mayhem. You're killing your own family members you don't even know. Some of them are your families. We had a mayhem up here in Watergate September the 4th between Watergate and Frederiksted. I'm sure you know about that, right? So I wouldn't go into that. But that was like a mayhem, and innocent people that had nothing to do with the situation got shut up. Right now I'm engaged in helping a young man. I know him from small, living in Watergate, and he got so much shots. I'm helping, giving him some assistance as I can do. But I want to say about the cleanup now. You remember the young people were always willing because when they had their beautification, you remember the beautification, Senator Canton?
Yep.
The beautification had young people used to come around I think it's summertime they used to come. Sometimes the teachers would be with them. And they were picking up stuff all around. It's so beautiful, and they were engaged and very happy. And so it's something that the young people, maybe we just have to present it in a different light. A few years back when Mr. Morgan had free speech show up in the FM station 93.5. And I desperately wanted the place to clean to have an Easter egg hunt, because I used to put some Easter egg hunts here for the young people. And Mr. Morgan, I spoke on his show, and he got involved, and he got the people from Triangle, he got Ovensa involved, and they gave out T-shirts and had water, clean up on it, and it was fun. And a lot of adults who used to work in Ovensa, and then the people from Seaborn came across too to help. And we had a massive cleanup in the green space across from that huge green space, and then east, directly west of Seaborn. I myself have gone out individually. I've called, gotten in touch with a group named Youth with a Mission. I don't know if you have seen that sign any place. Youth with a Mission. They live in the back of Diamond.
Right.
Queen, yes. They stay there at a kind of an estate.
Yeah, let me
and
take a word in edgewise
they go
with
to
you.
Haiti, they go to Nigeria, they go places and clean. I think they work with the federal government. They might get a grant or whatever. But they do help. And I got in touch with them years ago. And I had them come and help us clean across the beach area, because if you see, and they did it about 2 to 3 times, okay? I had the government put a bin, and we had 1 or 2 people from the project here myself help me.
But let me get a word in edgewise.
We can all be activists in our own small way.
Yes,
I'm looking at the point where I feel I want to engage myself in. I'll tell you where it is, Mr. Canton and the lady. You know, right there where pal, where the police are pal.
Miss Baz,
yes.
I want to get a word in edgewise. Okay.
Go ahead, honey.
No, because I like what you're saying. Everything you're saying is important, and you're talking about a history that people need to know about. But there's an organization in Christiansted called the Christiansted Community Alliance, okay? And I definitely think that you need to seek them out. Because what I think that they're doing is where things might have gone there, they bring them back to life, and what things were going on, they're joining forces with to carry it on. And in terms of the cleanup and everything else, because all these people you calling is still involved. But sometimes, one organization and then another organization, in this case, Christiansted Community Alliance is trying to be an umbrella to bring in the Christiansted area. So definitely you need to touch bases with them.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I don't know if how long has been the Christiansted community organization
but you know what? On the 7th,
because,
on the 7th, they have the Limerick Park. They're going to have an event at Limerick Park, and they're going to be there. Okay.
Limerick Park is nearby the bank there, across from where the bank used to be, right?
Right, exactly. The little
but listen, maybe I was with this group already and don't remember because at the time I went to the group was cleaning Salt River twice. And we went down and cleaned Salt. I don't even know what the name of the group is, but I joined them and I went down and cleaned Salt River. But my last point is that I am singularly, as myself, I was just looking at the area there by Balmy Thomas. You know the area, a little house there named after Uri, off of a veteran. A building there is named for a veteran, right there at the corner. Pan is next door, and you're coming down. Let's say somebody police station up by Bassin Triangle, you're coming down, right? You make the left to come down into the projects. Balmy Thomas is across there. Laverne hairdressers with the pink house is across, and that building is designated to a veteran.
Wilson,
and
Mr.
I think
Wilson.
it's so lousy to put this man's name on that building and the gutters there in the area. So I'm thinking to myself, Bernadette, maybe you should take that as another project and do it and clean the gutter. It's good enough size, not big, not a huge gutter. But pans and bottles and garbage hours, and they put the man's name on the building. This is disgrace.
I'm glad you're saying something because that's how it starts. One person bringing it to light, and that way we could get together and do something about it.
The Cohesion what?
No, Christiansted Community Alliance.
I believe I was. Yes,
but you know what, Miss Biles?
I have a feeling I work with them. If they were long time
but let me tell you, the name might change, but they're the same people, you know. Okay?
It could be.
It's us. It's the same people. So come on out on the 7th to Limerick Park and definitely hook up with them because they have a schedule
of November. Park. What time?
Limerick Park. They're going to be there from 10 till 3 in the park itself, and they're going to have some other things going on in town too.
So let me ask something. What they plan to do in the park at that time? Clean the park or what?
No, they're having an event there that they have every year. But anyhow, I have my music going on here, and I gotta take a break.
Thank you, and all good blessings to you guys and the lady. You're doing a good job. Thank you. I'll find my way. I'll join. I'll find it out.
Great. Take care. Okay then. Bye bye. All right, folks, we got to pause for the cause here. WSTX has been very gracious in terms of the times that we take. Well, we want to make sure we get people involved and get things going great. Reflections positive. All right, see you around. This is Doug Kenton inviting you to join the conversation on Reflections every Thursday from 8 to 10 a.m. On Reflections, we discuss the positive developments in our community as well as focus on the positive that you and I can make happen. After the show, the conversation is also available on YouTube and Facebook. So tune in to Reflections on WSTX AM 970, your community-minded station.